Hey, this is Amy with Flower Moxie. I'm doing a product review of Gunni or Gunni Eucalyptus. If our videos help you in any way, don't forget to like and subscribe and visit Flower Moxie for more education and to shop your DIY wedding flowers. So Gunni, also pronounced Gunni Eucalyptus, is one of my favorite greeneries, and it's probably my second favorite eucalyptus. My first favorite would be the baby blue eucalyptus, which is extremely hardy and tough and always available. Gunni Eucalyptus, it does have different seasons, so it can go off crop and hard to get, just like seeded eucalyptus in the springtime. Fortunately, they had a really incredible bunch at wholesale that I got to make some tutorials, and I really love it because there's so many stems on a main stem, and I love the size and the texture of it. I use it in large scale arrangements. I cut this apart and I'll use these lower pieces in boots and in center pieces, and then the top portions I reserve typically for a bouquet. Now, the one thing to know about Gunni Eucalyptus and why it can often be disappointing for a new florist or a DIYer is, especially when it's new and fresh and it's new growth, the tops will shrivel up on you and look super nasty. This is very normal for Gunni Eucalyptus, and this is a really nice bunch. It hasn't done that to me yet, and I picked this up from wholesale, but if I were to get this shipped in, more than likely this new growth at the top would shrivel up and die. That does not mean that the bunch is bad. It means that you have to work your product, and usually I go in and I'll just manually, like with my fingers, pinch it off. If it's, this is pretty sturdy, so I would come in with my snips and clean up my greenery. You have to remember with greenery, with florals, it is not uncommon to have imperfections, and you have to work that product. When you're a client and a florist hands a bouquet to you, everything in that bouquet should look really good and be perfect. When you are your own florist, when you're DIYing, or when you're a new florist, the reality is that you always have to work your product, meaning you have to cull through it, snip away any bug nibbled parts, any moldy parts, any new growth that is too tender to withstand shipping, and you have to snip those off. So that's a really good example of just kind of how to work your product and know when something's a problem or not a problem. When Gunni Eucalyptus overall is bad, the whole thing goes crunchy. So if it's like nice and soft, you know it's a good bunch, but if the top is shriveled up, you know that it's just new growth that has, that just can't, it's just not ready to be seen yet. But this is one of my really favorite go-tos. It's very light and airy, so if you don't like a lot of heavy greenery, this is really nice just because you have these you have these really nice, delicate stems, so you just get a little bit, as opposed to silver dollar eucalyptus, which has those big round leaves that can kind of eclipse flowers sometimes. So I will use silver dollar in a bouquet if it's requested, but I have to be really careful of my placement because I don't want a big round leaf to cover up a really expensive ranunculus. So I'm kind of careful when using large leaf seeded eucalyptus, large leaf silver dollar eucalyptus. So for bouquets, I typically reach for baby blue and Gunni. When I reach for the silver dollar is when I'm doing like more larger scale installations and I want those large leaves. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.